You hear me? Yes. Okay, good. I thought that tonight, well, first of all, I'll tell you what I have, what I'm wearing in case you're interested. This is from my Ipsy box. The eyeshadow is from Beauty Bakery. Do It for the Gram. I thought it looks pretty. And then Wing Me eyeliner. I tried to use some Ipsy products today. The Milk Rise Mascara, which I really like, but it dries out pretty fast. And then Aether Beauty. This is a lip, cheek, and oil stain. It actually, the lights are kind of diffusing it, but it shows a little more color in person than on the, I gotta figure out my lights still. I feel like it looks like I have highlighter on and I don't. Sandy, I hate that is so annoying to me when my mom knows this. When I'm watching TV and then people start talking, I always pick up the remote and pause and like, yes. Hi, Mary. Glad that you could join us tonight. I don't have a total agenda, but I thought I kind of wanted to get your guys' feel on some stuff. I was interested in, the whole clean beauty thing. Like, what is your guys' take on that? Do you think that that is just a marketing ploy or that there's something to it? And like how important that is when you're looking at products to know if they are clean or not? I think that it could be overused probably because, I think of marketing, but I don't know. Can something truly be clean when they say it is? Sandy, do you think it's a marketing ploy? I wonder if it's because it seemed like the blue light, to protect your skin from blue light, those sprays came out. And then I feel like there was really nothing more about it. And I don't really hear those talked about that much anymore. But that's what I was thinking, mostly marketing. I mean, they probably are trying maybe to have more clean and be aware of it, but I don't know if anything could be totally clean and actually make it, through the process of shipping and being on the shelves. And you would think they'd have to have some preservatives or something in it, but I don't know. Okay, so this consensus is mostly a marketing ploy. All right. And then what about sustainability? I've been noticing that some more brands are talking about, and I've been trying to highlight them, but talking about sustainability as far as, if they recycle and where they source products from. Do you think that that is an important element when you're picking products, or is it just kind of like icing on the cake if they do that stuff? I hope that when companies say they recycle and stuff that they actually do. And like around me, we have recycling that we can sit outside. We have a garbage can and then a recycling can. I hope that they recycle it, but I have heard rumors. I don't know for 100%, but I've heard rumors that they actually don't recycle it because people just put garbage in it, like both cans, so it kind of ruins it, but I don't know. Yeah, it's a bonus. Okay, that's good. Icing on the cake, yes. All right. Getting all my questions out here. And is there anything that you guys want to talk about specifically tonight on this chat? I was thinking about maybe one of these lives, like trying to figure out how to get somebody to come on with me so we could kind of like also like chat. I don't know if anybody would be interested in doing that, but I'm going to try to do this hopefully once a month and just practice at it and hopefully get better. But another question that I had is, if you've watched my videos at all, or if you've gone to my Instagram, like I try a lot of skincare, get a lot of skincare. And I mean, like moisturizers that I open, I don't think so. But if I have a serum or something, I don't know. Some of them, I don't know. What do you think about would anybody be interested in that for like a giveaway or something? If I have like a serum or, something in a pump form, not anything like a moisturizer that I dip my finger in, but a pump form, would you be interested in having that as a giveaway? Or because it's been used, it would be like, no, I don't. Like, I'm not sure what to think about that. Because have skincare and I've, letting my mom or giving some to my mom and sister and stuff, but I still have more and I don't want it to go to waste. But then it's like, I don't know. I don't know what people's thoughts are on that. And I think this must be, yes, great for feedback. And speaking of feedback, is there anything that you think is missing on YouTube as far as like the beauty space? Because I don't know about you, but I kind of feel like I go back and forth because there's so many things going on in the world that then it's like, are people still interested in beauty and makeup? But then it makes us feel better and feel prettier and maybe forget about things that are going on in the world. So I don't know, like, do you guys do you still watch a lot of, I mean, I know who's on the chat that you watch my videos, but do you still watch a lot of YouTube, like beauty videos? And is there anything that you feel like when you search or that you wish people were talking about or covering in the beauty space? Hi, Maggie. I was just asking Maggie if there's anything that you feel like isn't being covered in the beauty space online. Like, is there anything that you feel, beauty or fashion, actually? I want to try to start incorporating more fashion into my channel, but it's hard because like YouTube says how if you mix up too many things that then your videos won't be seen, and they don't even push out your videos to all your subscribers. So I'm gonna slowly try to do it and hope that works. But is there anything with beauty, like skincare, makeup, fashion, that you feel like is missing online and that you would like to see more of, or just a video on? Or, just any thoughts on that? Let's see. Mostly, yeah, okay. Watch a ton of beauty videos and enjoy fashion content. Okay. Okay, so Sandy, is there anything, I know I'm putting you on the spot here, but more about skincare. Okay. Is there anything specific, problems, or anything that you would like to see? I know that, I don't know how old everyone is. I'm 46, and I will admit that, I knew skincare was important, but I didn't do like the whole skincare process. I just mostly tried to stay out of the sun for years. But now that I'm 46, I've noticed that like I'm getting some texture here and my eyes are getting more hooded. Yeah, and there's a little bit of this going drooping. So it's like, okay, yeah, skin does really change. I think if you did a giveaway, you might ask your winner if they want used pump items included as a bonus. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. And not topics, so okay, 49. Okay. Oh, okay. So you're in your 40s too. Yeah, I don't know. Do you like, this is just kind of a little bit behind the scenes of YouTube, but everything, well, most things that you watch that say like how to grow your channel say, oh, you got to niche down. But I don't know. I just feel like it would be a little boring just to focus on like one thing, like only skincare or only eye makeup. I don't know. I just, oh, the lips getting thinner. I'm sure that will happen. I know my eyelashes, they used to hit my glasses when I would I wear glasses, except it reflects on the screen, so I take them off. But the lashes used to hit the glasses, and now like you can barely see them unless I put mascara on it. It's like, nobody said I didn't know that your eyelashes shrunk too. And how do you feel? I feel like this is like my focus group. Um, how do you feel about like, new releases? Are you like getting over them, or you still like to see reviews? Okay, so you follow creators, you enjoy not just specific content. See, that's what I feel like. I don't know. I know that it just seems like YouTube should somehow figure out some better way to like push videos out there than that you have to be niched, however you say that, down, because I don't know. Okay, shot my stash. Okay. Yeah, I want definitely I'm going through I don't know if I said this before, but it's a slow process. But I'm going through my makeup because I spray painted the drawers that my makeup was in, so I had to take everything out over the summer. I took it all out. Well, it was mostly fall actually, but and then spray painted the drawers and stuff. And now instead of just putting my makeup back in there, I'm trying to go through, look up the batch codes, and see like is it still available? Are my links still good for it to include in the videos? And then putting it, well, deciding if I want it still, if it's not expired, and then putting it in. And I have a spreadsheet where I'm saying like if it's expiring soon or not. It's a slow process because I kind of got tired of doing it, but it made me realize though how much, like how time flies and things that I was like, oh, I just got that. Yeah, that can't be expired. It's like, no, it's almost expired. It's like, oh, okay, I really need to start paying attention more. Okay, not just a specific palette or item. So do you like seeing that more in like Get Ready With Me? Because tutorials, I don't know, like when I read people's comments on their videos, it says that people say that they want tutorials, but then every creator says when they do tutorials, they don't really do good in views and like people don't search them out. So is it more like a Get Ready With Me when people are chit-chatting about something else and you're just watching how they put their makeup on? And yeah, what do you think about shorts? I don't really it's funny because I feel like you don't have to, but you pretty much have to. YouTube is like trying to say you do shorts, but I never watched them. And I just actually saw something was released from Instagram because Instagram was photos, and then they are trying after TikTok trying to get on Reels and stuff. And I just saw a thing released that they're actually wanting to take it back to focusing on photos. So I personally think that that is a good thing because not everything has to be short video, short form. Chatty, Get Ready With Me. Yeah, shorts are okay, but yeah, I don't know. The shorts just don't really do it for me. I scroll past it. So I'm glad that YouTube now has separated it on the channel. But whenever, like my playlist, in case you ever are interested, I never put my shorts in my playlist. So if I have a playlist of Ipsy, it's only going to be long form content. I have a shorts playlist that I put that stuff in because I just don't like scrolling through and seeing the combination of them, me personally. So I don't want my playlist to be like that. Yeah, see, a lot of people I feel like don't really care for the shorts. So hopefully, people will still be watching long form content. Yeah, and that YouTube will. I know right now they're just so focused on the shorts, but in TikTok, I don't know. Like I put some of my stuff up there and watched some of it when it first. Well, I don't know when it first came out, but during like 2020, I feel like I was a little like obsessed and would spend hours watching it. But now, I don't know. I scroll through it every once in a while, but not too much. There is this girl on there. I mean, she's probably in her 20s. I don't know, but I'm going to have to try this just out of curiosity. Her name's Meredith something. She puts on so much makeup, and her foundation, I don't know if you guys have heard about this girl. She puts on like 10 squirts of foundation on her hand, and then she just puts her foundation on like this with her fingers and all over her eyelids, and it looks like a mask. And I'm sure on 40 some skin it would probably look awful, but I keep meaning to try it because it's just like, oh, what the heck. Yeah, TikTok is just, I don't know. It was okay. There's a few like doctors that I follow on there and some news people, but um, the makeup people, I'd rather just watch the stuff on YouTube or see post on Instagram, but just like the pictures and read the reviews. But and I've also heard, but I don't know, that blogs, I don't know if they ever really went away, but that they're making a comeback. So it's kind of interesting how, they said, I don't know who they is, but that books were gonna go out and not be, and it's like, no, we still have books. And I remember when like Palm Pilots and stuff came out, and everybody's like, no paper planners. And I feel like the planning industry is bigger now than it was back in the day, I think, because if you go in Michael's or Hobby Lobby, like there is whole rows of stickers and all that stuff for planners. I'm personally a paper person. I like that. And so I thought that that was interesting, but I have a website. I don't really do much on it. It's always on the list of like, I want to start posting on there more, but I haven't. I'm hoping that sometime that, right now I resell for full time, and YouTube is, I wouldn't even really say part-time gig, but I'm hoping that one day it'll flip-flop and that I can do this full time, because I could spend so much time filming and editing, and editing is probably the least favorite, but filming and researching, looking at my analytics. I love that stuff. And yeah, a lot of times I have to remind myself, you got to list and do reselling to pay the bills. But yeah. Yes, past the time gig. It's just, I really like it. And it's so weird. I would have never thought with anxiety and stuff that I would like it, but I really do. And I didn't even know about YouTube. I mean, I knew about YouTube, but not the beauty community probably until, I don't know if it was, when did I move? I forget, but it was after my divorce. Before that, I just thought YouTube was like, I don't know, cat videos and like looking up if you needed a tutorial on like something around the house and Tati was actually the first one that I watched, looked up a review for something, and then watched her for a while, and then just started watching more people. And I was like, I had no idea this whole community existed about 3 years ago. Yeah, so I feel like there's got to be a lot of people that just are discovering. I know that some of the YouTubers that have been on here for a while, talk about it like it's, I guess they have been around for a long time, but it's just so crazy. It's like I have no idea all this was happening, and about like PR and sponsored videos and all that stuff. Like when I first started watching them, I had no idea there was like such a big business in with some of those huge YouTubers. No idea. It's like, wow, there was this whole thing going on. Just never knew about. But it is interesting, and I do like it. I like how I've been able to meet people virtually. And it's just interesting. Everybody's style, I feel like, is different. It seems, like two people could do a video on the same product and it would still be different. So I think that that is a cool thing. I started with the true crime. So do you watch Bailey Syrian? I think that's how you say her last name. Do you watch her? Or I've watched a couple of hers, but I don't know. And I think there's a few other people that now do that, but I'm not sure. It never suggests, since I don't watch Bailey, I've never had it come up in suggestion anyone. So I don't know how many other people do that. Is she the only one that you watch, Mary? Maybe I'll have to check her out again. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Stephanie Harlow. I'll have to check her out. I don't know. That name doesn't sound familiar. I don't think I've ever watched any of her videos, so I'll have to check that out. And let's see. I do like true crime shows. That's pretty much most of what I watch. So, okay. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. No problem. Yeah, I figured, okay, I've been wearing wigs a little bit lately, so I'll just do my natural hair. And the wigs, it is so much fun to wear them. And I'm just kind of I have a couple that I bought off Amazon that I got to figure out how to cut bangs in them or something, because like they just look so fake right here that it just is awful. But some of them, that I've worn recently, definitely are, much better. I got one off of the shortest one that I've worn is off of Mimi's Wig Chicks. They have a YouTube video, and their shop is in Dallas. And that was my first wig that I bought from like a wig store. And the quality, I will say, it was more expensive than the ones that I've gotten off Wish or Amazon, but the quality of the hair does seem better, but I don't know. The one from Wish is actually, though, pretty good. That is like the bob cut one. And then the other one that I wore recently with the bangs, I think that was from Amazon. But they're just so much fun. I haven't tried any, I don't know what blonde, how that would look, or dark, but yeah, they're just so much fun to wear. And so there's like a whole nother lingo too with wigs. Has anyone worn wigs? Because I had no idea, but it's like if they're heat resistant, then you don't want to brush them. You want to use a wide tooth comb. And then there's, like lace cap, and just all these different things that it's like, okay, this is a whole new learning curve as well. Yeah, I'll definitely check her out. Coffee and Crime. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely check their channels out. Nice. It's so hard I feel like sometimes to find new channels because there's so much content. I forget what the number is, but it's an insane amount that's uploaded onto YouTube each day. But yeah, the wigs are really fun. I feel like I could see how a person could get a little addicted to wearing them and trying them out because they're fun. And I think I could see how if you had a certain style or something, it could make you feel a little more sassy, a little more something, depending on, what style it is. But yeah, I don't know. So does anyone have any other like questions or feedback or anything? Do you still watch like some of the bigger YouTubers? So it seems like it's just kind of interesting what people are watching. Or do you mostly watch smaller channels, or kind of what is your watching preference? Oh, and okay, I'm just going to ask you like 40 million questions. But here's another question. Because I have been uploading at 9:15 a.m. Central Time. That around 9 o'clock is when YouTube recommends. But I'm just kind of curious because it says that that's when most of my viewers are online. And I'm just kind of curious if that true, because not that I doubt YouTube, but I'm just curious when do you normally watch YouTube? Is it like in the evening? Do you go to your homepage and like scroll through, or do you go to your subscription feed and scroll through? Um, I usually watch in the evening, Mary. Yeah, I feel like I agree. I watch in the evening. So it's just kind of interesting because it shows me that most of the people are on between like 9 and 3 o'clock. But then I wasn't sure because it seems like a lot of people watch in the evening. I don't know. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Yeah, they're fun. I've noticed that I don't know. I'm gonna need to learn a little bit more about wigs before I can give a recommendation, but it definitely seems like if there's no bangs, you have to be really careful about how the front looks right here because it seems like that's where they can look fakey. um, okay, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. So maybe it's just kind of, variety. It is interesting if you want to know some of the behind the scenes type things. My analytics show that most people are watching YouTube on their mobile device because it shows the option of mobile, computer, or TV, and the majority is mobile. So I just thought that was interesting. A little tidbit. Yeah, I don't know. Would you ever be interested in hearing more about like the behind the scenes of having a YouTube channel, or that's not really interesting if you're not going to have a channel, don't really care. I don't take offense to any suggestions or anything. You only have internet on your phone. Oh, okay. Hello. Watch on your okay. Laptop more than phone. I feel like I watch on the TV the most. It's interesting though, because on the TV it's harder to like give a thumbs up or leave a comment for people, but no specific time. Okay, so Mary, you think it would be interesting to kind of hear the behind the scenes? Okay. Phone. Oh, I think I would panic if I thought my cell phone was lost. Yeah, well, I don't think. I know I would panic. Sometimes, like just in the house when I can't find it, it's like, oh my gosh, where did it go? It's so attached to it, which no, really is not a good thing, but definitely addicted to the phone. Okay. Okay. Well, then I'll do a little bit something like that because there is definitely free ways that people can support their favorite creators. I'll do a video going more into it, like a chit chat, but definitely giving a thumbs up and leaving a comment and subscribing to a channel. Those are probably like the top 3 things that help because then YouTube, and watching the video all the way through, or, at least the majority of the video, like over 50%, because then YouTube thinks like, oh, okay, this video is interesting. People like this person and this person's videos. So then the next time they post one, YouTube will say, oh, it was interesting to people. We're going to push it out. That's the way I understand it. So I will go more into detail on that. But right off the bat, those are kind of the top things that, I never knew, like giving a thumbs up or leaving a comment, like how important it was. But that shows up as engagement. And so YouTube likes engagement and likes for people to stay on the platform. Yeah, I know. I don't know. It's really challenging to get people to leave comments. And I'm guilty of it myself, of watching videos and meaning to go back and leave a comment. If I don't do it right when I'm watching it, then I always forget. But it is very challenging to get people to leave comments. So I don't know. Yeah. Well, I appreciate any support and you guys watching. Oh, some people, no, no, no. I think that I can't speak obviously for everyone, but the beauty YouTubers or just YouTubers that I know would be happy. The more comments you leave, the better it is. Oh, hi, Michelle. Um, yeah, because usually people don't, but I have started to stop commenting on most videos lately because yeah, most don't. Sorry, I'm late. Um, yeah, because if you want to leave, yeah, the more comments, the better. So I would say, unless I don't know why a creator would say, but unless somebody tells you, like, the more the better, because every time you leave a comment, that is considered engagement. And so that makes the YouTube, supposedly the YouTube algorithm, happy, which in turn makes the creator happy. Um, if I watch on TV, yes, see, that's what I agree. When I watch on TV, that's when I always think, like, okay, I need to go back in the history and leave comments. But you just don't. And it's not as easy to give a thumbs up because the only way I know how to do it on the TV is I have to, like, scroll up or go up and then go over. And I think then if you have to click on, I forget if you have to click on more or then there's the thumbs up. But it's not that it's that hard, but it's more steps than just if you're watching on another device. It's good to get when you ask opinions to get comments rolling. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. If it's too complicated, it's like, so I'm kind of surprised. I mean, my analytics, like I said, show most of my viewers come from mobile, but I was listening to, I don't know if it was YouTube or TubeBuddy or I don't know, some, channel as far as like how to grow your channel and that kind of thing. And they were saying that there was a study done that more people are starting to watch YouTube on the TV. So you would hope, I don't know what they could come out with, but that there'd be some way that they could make it easier if they're seeing an increase in that. And I don't know how they're going to factor in shorts because I feel like shorts is so short that by the time the video, like if I do ever watch any of them or see any, by the time I go to like give the thumbs up, it's already over. But I don't know how that's going to all play in, but yeah. So Michelle, how are you doing? I was also asking earlier what people thought of the whole clean beauty thing. Is it just a marketing gimmick or is there such a thing? The consensus seems to be it's a lot of marketing. Okay, you don't have TV. I don't have cable. I have streaming Hulu and the Apple TV, although most of the stuff I watch is through Hulu, YouTube, a little bit of Netflix, but I find it a little bit harder to find things on there to watch. But Hulu has a pretty good, like, you can find a lot. You don't get live TV, but I feel like between those can really figure out what's going on. Go to YouTube and yeah, you can find a lot of stuff. Sometimes I'm watching YouTube and I forget that it's YouTube and not like actual real TV. Let's see. Well, I appreciate your support and you have to work 11 to 7. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for stopping on by. But that is true. There's no standards. So, yeah, it does seem it's kind of reminds me of like fashion and pant size or clothes sizings. There's no really standard for that. Yeah, I can find a lot on Hulu. A lot of times if I watch something, then at the top, if you scroll over, I think it says you may like also or something like that, and it'll recommend channels or recommend shows that are similar to what you were watching. I watch a lot of true crime and like drama. Not well, I guess more drama than true crime. So I don't know if you like that, but and like European crime shows. I'm drawing a blank on. I've watched so many of them, but I'm drawing a blank on them. But yeah, have been in a few. Wait, what? I have been in a few true crime shows in the past. You have been like started or not? I don't know if started them is the right way, but like in them. Oh, well, that sounds like an interesting story. Yeah, interesting. So, do you watch true crime shows and drama shows? Oh, that's cool. That seems like that would be really cool. Yes. I bet though it's a lot of waiting around, but that seems like that would be cool. Yeah, that would be a good story time, I bet. Yeah. Yeah, if you want lots waiting usually. If you want any suggestions, I can look on my list for some crime drama shows that recommend from Hulu. Um, yeah, because I'm a dork and I started a spreadsheet because, you know, you'll binge these shows and then half the time I can't remember if watch them or not. And this one show, Rectify, I think that's what it was called. Maybe, I think. Okay, watched the whole show and then it takes forever it seems like for the next season to come back, so it popped up on Hulu saying, oh, new season. So I watched it and it was like, man, all these people look familiar, and watched, I don't know if it was like half the season, and then there was this one scene that the people were, it wasn't true crime, but they were in the kitchen redoing their kitchen, and it's like, oh, I've totally seen this before. Watch the whole season. And it's just, so I have decided to start a spreadsheet so I can write down what shows I've watched, how many seasons, and then I can remember to look at them and remember if I watched them or not. Because, yes. Yeah, that story time would be good, Michelle. Yeah, it's so hard to remember. And so, yeah, I created a spreadsheet. And there was this just recently it's on Hulu, I think, but it will be, some of them ended, but this lady, I think it's called Undercover or Black Market or something. Oh, hi, Clara. But she goes into all these underground, like black market things, true life stuff. And that's just really interesting. This girl is so, lady, I shouldn't say girl, is so brave. But that one, been watching, and yeah, I just can't remember. But there's been, I think there was, oh shoot, I don't know. Um, I'll have to put it like in the community tab or something. But yes, I mean, she goes to like the drug things and motorcycle gangs. I think that one expired. That's the only bad thing with Hulu is some of the shows expire. So you got to catch them before they expire. But and like where they make cocaine, and I mean, I didn't see them, but she's made reference to, she's gone to the Middle East and met with those people. And yes, Trafficked, that's what it is. Yes, Trafficked. I knew Underground didn't sound right, or Undercover, but Trafficked. So yeah, if you like just kind of want to be amazed, at least I was, with the black market stuff, you should check her show out because it's just crazy. And it's probably not on there anymore. I think that one expired. But she did one where she went to Ghana and talked to them about the romance scams. And I found that interesting for sure, because when I first started going on Instagram, now I know better, or hopefully I know better, but there was, you get all these messages, and there was this one guy that was messaging in the DMs. And now I've realized, like, they're always a doctor, and they're with Doctors with Borders, or they're military, and they're somewhere not in the States, but it's just temporary. And so he's, messaging back and forth and all this stuff. And then it gets to the point where he says, oh, it's been too long, so I don't remember the exact story, but something about how, him and his group, the military, like, his unit, were like in Afghanistan or Iraq, I forget now where it was, and they came across all this money, and then they didn't want to, something about they hid it because they decided that they were all going to split it up, but they put it in a bank in Ghana, and now the bank was closing, so they needed to get it out, but that he, didn't have any money because couldn't get to the bank. And I don't know, this whole long thing about how if I could send him some money so he could get a flight from wherever he was to Ghana, to this bank, and get the money, then when he came home to the US, of course we would meet up and he could pay me back. And it's like, I just told him, I'm like, nope, I'm broke too. And that ended that. But it's just like, oh. And then, then I started, when I would get them a couple of times, I would look on, like, try to find that image on Google's. And, it was never the same name. But yeah, they're always a doctor or military. And, usually they are widowed and have one kid that's in a boarding school or something. Yes. Now I just delete them all and I don't even look at them. But it's like, I'm with you, Claire. It's like, oh my gosh. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And so on that traffic show, she was talking to these guys, and well, they said how they get more money out of men. And they pretend to be women. And then they have like a woman that works with them that if they need to video chat, she comes to their area and does the video chat. But I mean, I would hope that I would never get sucked into it, but they get like thousands of dollars from people in the US. And it's sad because, they're like, well, people in the US, they're just lonely, and so they want to talk. And I don't know, it's sad. But they just showed these like 4 guys, I think 4 or 5, sitting around a table, and they were on speakerphone talking to this man that was in Texas, I think, and trying to get him to send them money. They were pretending they were a woman, but it's just, it's scary. So then it makes you just leery to like date online at all, because it's like, oh my gosh, like it's all these crazy people probably. Yeah, and I feel like I delete the friend request, yes, and the messaging. And I used to go in and remove the men that are following that look, fake. But I feel like then I was spending so much time removing them as followers. And then like the next day there'd be like 5 or 6 more. So I don't know. Do you guys that are on Instagram, do you go in and remove people as followers, or do you just like let it ride? Because at one point I thought, oh, I should do that because, to get my engagement better and just so it's not jumped up. But yeah, there's always every day, there's new people that say following, and you go to their account and the pictures are like pictures that I've seen before, or they're following, 5,000 people and have 3 following them back. So, yeah. Yeah, it was just insane, all these black markets. And this lady, she seemed more comfortable. It was crazy because whenever she was in the US talking about like stolen cars, or I think it was marijuana, she seemed more on edge, and like the people seemed more skittish in the US than all these, like drug lords and stuff that she was meeting. I just ignore the guys. But Oh, thanks. Yeah. Yeah. It's just insane how many. And it's sad how people obviously fall for it. Otherwise, they wouldn't keep doing those scams. But yeah, I mean, some of the women had given them thousands of dollars. And it's just like, ugh, awful. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. But yeah, it was eye-opening watching that show because it's like I had no idea. I knew there was black market and a lot of drugs and stuff, but man, just the amount is insane. Insane. My voice or my throat's getting a little scratchy. Yeah, it is. I can't remember the other day. It seemed like I was like, I can't believe they're faking that. I can't remember what it was, but and on Instagram I saw somebody post. It was a um, skincare line from India, so it wasn't something that I recognized, but it was in a story how they were showing a faked one of their product and a real one, the label, and I mean it was really close. It's like this isn't even a like mass marketed skincare line, and it had fakes. It's just like, oh, like wow, it's insane. Yeah. Yeah, and on that show is like the black market, making money, the fake counterfeiting, and just they were, kind of doing it out in the open. And yeah, but I hope that the traffic, it would be interesting. I wish that she would do one on like the counterfeit, handbags and stuff, because I feel like that would be an interesting one to watch from her. But yeah, it's crazy and how like well run these organizations are. And I mean, yeah, it's like, man, it's just insane. Probably what goes on in the world out there. Little companies I try to follow. Yeah. Yeah. And and the scams of the emails lately, I have been getting from Shein. Well, it's not from Shein, but they're pretending to be from Shein. And I got one from Benefit. And at first I was so excited because I thought, oh, Benefit. No, it's a scam because it was from a Gmail. But it's like that Shein one, almost every other day, there is an email and they're just different addresses. And it's like, ugh, so annoying. Yeah. And it's like hard to know, who to, like, are you legit or not? Because the Benefit one, I contacted Benefit and I sent them a screenshot of the email because it had the logo and everything, but the email said from Gmail, so I assumed not. But I sent them a screenshot on a DM on Instagram, and I was like, I think that this is not real, but is this from your company? And they said no, it was a scam. So it's like, figures, figures, figures. But yeah. Wow, it's already been 51 minutes. Yay. So does Friday night work? I did a poll, and so I think the majority of the people said Friday night works the best. And yeah, I'm thinking like once a month. I was nervous for coming on, but I'm thinking once a month it would be good to just kind of touch base. And yeah, it is so insane, the amount of scammers. And I just cannot even imagine, like, I wonder if bigger channels, well, I guess they probably have a management team, but the amount that they get, or if it's like the scammers know that smaller influencers are more likely, to fall for it because you're not familiar with things, maybe. Or yeah, you can't block everyone, but I don't know. So yeah, anyway, I was thinking I'm probably going to wrap it up here, But I was thinking that, is there any makeup brand that you want to try out this year? Ooh. Well, I did get a couple things from Rare Beauty, not from them, but bought. I would like to try out Rare Beauty because I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I like Selena. I watched her My Mind in Me. I think it was on Netflix, maybe Netflix or Hulu, and I like her, so I want to try that. And I have heard that Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows and stuff aren't really worth the money, because that was on my list, but I don't know. And I have one of the small palettes from Natasha Denona. And I know Michelle, she does a lot of Natasha Denona, and she says that they are worth it and that they are good quality. But I just like have such trouble, pulling the trigger. But I feel like I would like to try maybe one of her bigger palettes. Oh, I know, Pat McGrath. Yeah, I would like to try her stuff because, yeah, I don't know. I just want to see, like, how different is it? Is it really worth the money? And I'm sure oh, you love Pat McGrath too. So do you feel like it's a lot different? Like the quality is really there? Because, yeah, I'd like to. Very stressful with sponsors. Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to try Pat McGrath, Natasha, I guess all the high end. I was so excited. Did you see that Natasha is coming to Ulta? Because I have the Ulta credit card, so you get points when you use it elsewhere. And yes, it's Ulta. They're coming to Ulta. So I figured that will be a way, because I got the Chanel makeup, which I still have to try, the Chanel makeup using my points. So I'm thinking that when Natasha comes to Ulta, I will save my points and I will get one of those fancy palettes and try. And yeah. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Yeah, thank you. The blushes are good, but I like it all. Maybe I'll have to watch for some Pat McGrath stuff to go on sale and see if it's, and compare it and see, like, yeah, I don't know. I'll just have to watch and see. Yeah, I would love to have you tried anything from Rare Beauty? That is a PR list I would love to try to get on, because I know some people have gotten PR from them, but, and Sigma I'd like to try more from, because I've tried one of their palettes, the new mod. That's the only one that I've tried, and I actually really like the shadows. So I'd like to try more from them to see, like, how consistent they are. So, question, if you could buy a Natasha Denona or a Pat McGrath palette, between those two, which would you pick? So I feel like they're, I think, around the same price range, I would assume. So, oh, and Dior, I kind of want to see, they're not cruelty free. I feel like all those big brands are not cruelty free. But Dior, their stuff is supposed to be good. And some of their things are at Ulta now too. So I've heard that their blush and, like, their face products are really good. I haven't heard really people talk about the Dior eyeshadow, but the face stuff. Sandy, do you use drugstore stuff as well? And, how do you think, I would hope that they're like a zillion times better than drugstore since the pricing is different, but how do you think it compares? Is there any drugstore, like Elf or anything like that you have tried? I'm trying to think if there's anyone else that I know another brand. I'm just kind of looking here. Aether Beauty. They're more indie brand. But I got this in an Ipsy box, and it's a Desert Rose lip and cheek oil stain. And I feel like the lights are kind of flushing it out, but I have it on my lips. But it's really, like, not sticky at all, and it's just really nice. So this is made in the US. I don't know if all their stuff is, but I thought I'd like to try more from that brand, because just the one thing I thought was nice, but so, okay. Nothing drugstore for me, but tried some up. So I know that you need gluten-free. Is it that the drugstore doesn't really have gluten-free, or you just find that the quality is just a lot better in those other price point, other brands? Because yeah, I do want to compare to see. I think that would be good to know. What other brands? House Labs. I know that they reformulated. I haven't tried since, like when I tried it, it was when they were on Amazon, and some of her things were good. I feel like she didn't really get a whole lot of love for some reason, but quality is better in indie for sure. Okay. So is there any brands that you recommend? I have tried Nomad Cosmetics. I like their shadows. And I think Winky Lux. I think they would be considered indie. I got one of their eyeshadow palettes and it was pretty good, but that's the only thing I've tried from them. I feel like most of the indie stuff that I've tried is just if it's come in a box, and it's just been like one off, like that lip oil, besides Nomad Cosmetics. Yeah, I don't know what else. I'm trying to think what brands, like they're the Unearthly. See, the Unearthly, their stuff, didn't they just come out with a new palette? And I think it's sold out already. I saw it on Instagram and the colors looked amazing. But yeah, I haven't tried them. And Sydney Grace, have you tried anything from them? Because I hear that their shadows are really good too. Quality is better in indie. So do you think indie is even better than Natasha and Pat McGrath, or it's just on a different level? Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to figure out what I really want to try this year and maybe check out some of these other brands that, I haven't, because I feel like I have a lot of e.l.f. and a lot of NYX. But yeah, to see what the quality is. Well, we are at the hour mark, so I think that I am going to wrap it up. But thank you so much for everyone that came. I really appreciate it. And okay, face products better with big brands. Shadows are better from a lot of indies. Okay, good to know. Yes, thank you so much. And I think that I will put out a poll towards the end of February, a poll to see what Friday kind of works the best for people in March. And then, maybe after a couple months can kind of get a feel like if the beginning of the month is going to be better or the end of the month, mid-month. And my hope is to try to do like the same, Friday once a month and see how that goes. Oh, hi, Stacy. But yes, thank you so much for everyone. I really appreciate it. And you made me feel relaxed and not as nervous. So thank you. And I hope everyone has a good night and a good weekend. And yeah, we'll chat later. Thanks. Bye.